It's simply huge, you know. It's really the culmination of the entire season's events. So we always knew Rock and Try were going to be a big test. We have bet them in grading, however we did concede 4 goals in that game, so we know they have an attacking force to be reckoned with. I think the boys will put on a good showing. We've already beaten them once, of course, and I think that we've improved a lot since our 2nd or 3rd grading game. But we did score 8 past them, so if we scored 8 past them in grading, then I think we could do the same again. We've obviously improved a whole lot throughout the season, and of course being at home is another great advantage. The Valley has just been really, really good for us over the years, so yeah, expecting a good result. To have the whole season essentially stop just like that was a real bummer for the team. Well, I think the question on everybody's lips is where we're going to play on the game. Obviously we had 2 to go, and so we spent quite a lot of the lockdown nervously waiting. It was a really, really uncertain time throughout lockdown, and a lot of the boys got into their seats. Luckily they said we play our final game, which is going to be against Stream. That was good news. We wouldn't face Rock and Try, but our last game would be against Silver Stream. And that was just pure delight for the boys. We would have one last hit out, and it was, you couldn't write this. It was top of the table play. Our noisy neighbours from down the road, the 5th 11 beat 5th 11. But yeah, it was really, really good to have one more game this season. It's obviously a big rivalry, 5th 11 versus 5th 11s, Stream versus HIBS. Really writes itself, doesn't it? I think, for me personally, it's just a chance to get out there, play my game, and get some silverware for the boys. I think playing at home against Stream had a massive impact. As I've said earlier, the Valley has played host to some beautiful games of football, and it's been so reliant. We can rely on it constantly throughout the year and past years. It's our home ground.
Looking forward to it, but from the results, it looks like it's going to be a really tough test of the team's resolve and ability. So I think apart from maybe Hurrah, they're the only team that's really going to challenge us in this grade.
Yeah, I think there's always risk involved when you predict that a team's going to win or a team's going to lose. But I felt that I had enough confidence in the boys that we were going to, take out the season. We've just consistently shown that we've been the better team, and through various scenarios, we've always come out on top. So I had every bit of belief in the boys. definitely think the general fitness might have declined a little bit. However, I think we have the quality to make amends for that. And even if the result didn't go the other way, to be humble and to be gracious in defeat would be a good term as well. So yeah, we were prepared for both circumstances, but I had every bit of confidence that we were going to take it out today. It's an electrifying feeling, I think, to have prepared so much for a game, and then the performance is all down to you and the boys when you walk out on the field. I think the way we approach the game really helped build the desire for the team.
Well, it's our big game. It's pretty much the final. Well, we treated it as a final game of the season, so cancelled because of COVID. And yeah, they were probably the second best team in our division. So yeah, it was a good game to finish the season off with.
Again, you couldn't write the script for this last game, 5th 11 versus 5th 11, but we all know there's only one mighty 5th 11. We started pretty much perfectly. We were on the front foot for much of it, playing some nice stuff around the edge of their box. The game started off really, really well. We really controlled the ball, and that just showed in the first 5-10 minutes with another classy Ben Wong in goal. And obviously, getting out to an early lead is exactly what we were after, really set the tone for the game. Going 1-0 down really spurred on the Stream team, and we knew they were going to be a tough test. We knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park. They were very worthy opposition.
I think it definitely seemed a lot more even than a lot of the other games, so I think it was more back and forth. They deserve full credit for the performance they put in. They really pushed us. The first half, I think we played well, but they did have some really classy players in it.
So the first half was end-to-end football. Offers we scored, and they came back in. It was like a bit unlucky, but it was a good half from both teams.
Full credit to Sam, they are top quality guys and produced some amazing saves throughout the game. Yeah, I think he should be proud of his efforts not only today but throughout the whole season. Well, I think you got to give them a lot of credit. We haven't been behind at all in the grading the actual season after the grading games. So I think to little leads look like that might have come as a bit of a shock to the boys, and I
will admit I was slightly worried about how we responded to being down.
As soon as they scored those goals though, we had a bit of a rain check, but I don't think the boys were unmotivated by that. I think they were just spurred on even more by being down. We didn't play less positive when we were down. So 2-1 down at the half, but again we were playing really positive and looking forward to the next half of the game ahead.
Leading into to the half, I think that it's probably the best time to be down because you always have Miss Stewart's war poetry to really rile the boys up.
To say that Miss Dura rose to the occasion is a massive understatement. Her war poetry has always been part of the formula for success this whole year. It's been evident throughout the season, but this war poem was just on another level. None of the boys were expecting such a good war poem.
The original plan was going to be a perfect rap, and I was like absolutely hyped up for this rap. I was disappointed, you know, I was looking forward to that rap, and then Mr. comes out and takes out this excellent, like 3-page ode, and it's just perfect. It's just idolises everything about 5th 11 and the Stewart's war poetry, and it just combines, and then it's just the most fizz moment ever. Like, oh, it's just, yes, and then yeah.
She went all out on the poetry there. You know, all the stanzas, all the paragraphs and stuff. Like, it was amazing. So.
Final word performance, I can sum it up with master of poetry.
Well, I think you just set it up. It's inspiring, truly. I think she wrote an ode for us. Yeah, she wrote an ode for us, and everyone on the team got a bit of a shout out there. And it just really fills up the boys to go out there and grab the game by the scruff of the neck.
It was just outstanding. There's no way I can describe it. It got the boys buzzed up like nothing else had before. Words can't describe how excited and how motivated you feel after a war poem like that. It just does something, and it's a full credit to Miss Dura and how hard she's been working all season. And yeah, so that gave us the motivation to really go out fighting in the second half and take that title that's so rightfully ours.
Here we go! Go!
In the COVID winter of 21, the Mighty HIBS continued their run, fueled by courage and guts and heart. They battled to take the division apart. Game after game, they played at pace, sharp kick from the back and into the race. The strikers were lyrical, poetry fast. The defenders heroic, few could get past. In midfield, workers what toil, what a team. The Mighty HIBS showing us all how to dream. Of glory, of victory, of brotherhood tests, a beautiful game at its glorious best. And now the last half and the last game of all, let us all put our shoulders in and stand tall and stiffen the sinews and strengthen the heart and work with commitment and each play our part and finish our season together as one, not only as winners but also with fun. Remember the mantra when we first took the field: to strive, to strike, to block and not ever to yield.
I think the second half was just a classy performance from us. We really showed that we wanted it more faded.
I wasn't expecting to score as much as I did in previous games because the defense was very good. Off the throw in, just bounced past one of the defenders, and the ball just came to me and I just headed it near post. Pure elation to come back level 2-2, and it was just awesome to go celebrate with the team on the bench. I definitely think that once we got our equaliser, we knew that the game was on the up for us. We were playing more like we played in the first 5-10 minutes of the game. The supporters were getting into it. The team really began to gel and believe. We're into extra time. The scores are locked 2-2, and Nathan Edmonds is taking a corner. And so when I see Nathan step up, I know that's going to be a good ball in. I know the quality he can do from set pieces. The cross comes in, it goes sailing over our heads.
So I was thinking I'll just stay in like the middle of the field, or in the box, because that's normally where the crosses like come in.
Talk to us about Scotty Lang.
Yeah, looking to play like left back or right back. So
Left back in the changing room.
Scott Language actually started over me, which is an interesting start.
What are you looking to bring into the game today?
Oh my god.
You can just say Scott.
What do you have to say to those people who doubt you and your ability?
you know, we'll get the goal, like no matter what.
Here's Hawk!
You can't pick a better moment than that. I think it's well-deserved vindication for him. I couldn't be more proud of Scott. Playing alongside him for 4 years, and he's been searching for that first goal ever since he started playing, and it just felt so good to see him score.
The fact that it was just like so unexpected and so surprising. Like we never scored points, we're used to scoring points, and then all of a sudden, his first goal was just comes so unexpectedly.
I doubted myself because I wasn't sure I would get a goal, but then I got a goal in, so yeah, I proved them wrong. Probably the peak of my footballing career right there, so yeah, good way to end it on a high.
First, we thought we had a penalty, and then he went to blow the whistle. And then it was actually full-time penalty.
As soon as the whistle goes, I feel like a massive pressure is off my shoulders, and I realised we've finally done it. In our 4th year of trying, we finally wrap up Division 7, and I can't describe the feeling and the emotions that were running through my mind.
You can roll the clip. That's pure elation, I think, is the best way to describe it. So happy for the boys, the season's events, the year's events really culminate in such a fantastic final game with great opponents, a great result, and pure happiness, pure joy.
Yeah. It was great fun. You know, going the whole season without losing or drawing a game. It was just great. So not much more I can say really.
I guarantee Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo haven't won any this season championships, have they? So, and I have, so that's just like me and them.
It was pretty good, like all the effort, got a good reward at the end. Some players like never score at all in their footballing career, but we managed to. So yeah, it's a good way to finish it.
It was a dream coming through. We've been so determined since the start of the year to win this division, and to do it in my last year of playing football is just so good. It's a feeling that really can't be replicated. Yeah, it was a fantastic feeling getting the trophy from Miss Dewar, and the pinnacle of the season was upon us, and lifting that trophy is an experience that I will never forget.
Big shout to Steve Langridge, the young coach, because his nice suit was absolutely drenched in that celebration. So I think that we could have paid for some dry cleaning perhaps, but no, I think the celebration was awesome.
The champagne spray afterwards was just so good. There were countless shoeies.
I think I was the first one to do one.
Yeah, you were.
Unfortunately, most of it seeped into my boot. So I had to soak that for like 2 days to get it out.
Too good of an idea not to ignore. So, you know, it just kind of runs with the theme of the fifth 11 of just taking the piss, but doing it really well.
The real vibe was just so good, and everyone was just having the time of their lives, and it was a really fitting way to end the season and end our careers of football with it.
What will I miss the most? I don't know. I was just like, it's just a fun time. It's just like, you know, the fact that you can do a sport that you enjoy, but not go so sweaty, like it's not like we're competing for the World Cup. And at the end of the day, The result doesn't really matter. It was like every 90 minutes was so much fun, except for most of the bench in front of me. And it was just like, you know, just the nothing, you know, nothing matters. You just kick a ball around for 90 minutes and have the time of your life. And so, yeah.
It was a great fun playing football with your mates, and be sad to leave behind next year. But I always remember, you know, winning the title of Div 7, the most prestigious league in Wellington. Yeah, just friendships, you know, it's a pretty sick team.
Gonna miss the camaraderie, the friendship we've made over the years. 'Cause I know we'll probably stick together at school and in football. And yeah, it's gonna miss that when I leave to uni.
Definitely happy to win some silver in my final game for HIBS. Not something any other teams I've played for have really challenged for the title. So a new experience, and I think the season as a whole was a tremendous success.
And you can't go wrong with winning the championship and then absolutely supreme piss take. Dressing up in the ball suits for an awards night, like you cannot get past that. It's just like extreme outfits. That was probably the best. I mean, we won.
There's a lot of memories with them that stick out in my mind. Miss Stuart's wall pose, after each one of them was read out, just the brotherhood and just the excitement after each one was just so good. And of course the feeling of wrapping up that title and lifting that trophy was just unforgettable, honestly. And it's going to be really, really sad to not play with the team next year. They are such an awesome, great bunch of guys. I'm really going to miss them next year. There's going to be a part of my life that's missing, not playing social football with them. Yeah, they've really just transformed me. Really, it's really an unforgettable experience to play alongside some of your best mates, and to win alongside them is just on another level. I think the ability to play with just the boys has been fantastic. I think that big shout out to Don Francis for making it happen over the past 2 years, and playing with my direct group of friends is something I'm always going to cherish and have great memories of for this season.
It's just thanks to Don for spending all this time. Also thanks to Luca, you know, he filmed every game, and that was something he didn't really have to do. So obviously a lot of thanks goes out to him and to all the parents, to Steve, to Stuart.
I thank the entire team, you know, for getting the win at the end of the season as a team effort.
I think we need to thank George for being a pretty good scapegoat. Because it is quite a good scapegoat. And Hamish, he's
And is there any last words you want to say before we close out the documentary this year? Up the fifths. Awesome, thank you for your time.